Welcome to the deep dive. We take complex stuff and try to make it make sense.
We boil it down.
Exactly. Today, it's the Industrial Internet of Things, IIoT.
And specifically, we're looking at GE Predix, sort of a case study.
Right. If you want to get a handle on how this tech actually works, or sometimes doesn't, in real industry, well, you're in the right place. We're trying to skip the fluff.
Our mission here is to figure out why Predix, which, had all this hype,
Oh, yeah, huge hype.
why it ran into trouble. It was meant to be this universal IoT platform.
Game changer, they called it.
So what can we learn from its story? We've got some analysis that really digs into this.
Yeah, good stuff. We're looking at articles covering the excitement, the fall, and what it says about connecting machines today.
It does make you wonder, doesn't it? All that early promise for IIoT.
And the reality now. Why hasn't it completely transformed everything, like some people thought?
What was the stumbling block?
That's exactly the question.
And I think a big part of it goes back to that core idea behind Predix, which was?
This idea of a universal system, the Android for the industrial world.
Okay, yeah. Let's unpack that. Android for industry. Sounds good on paper, right?
Yeah.
One platform rules them all.
Super efficient, potentially. But the sources we looked at, they really hammer home the difficulties.
The diversity is just immense.
Exactly. Think about a wind turbine versus, say, a CNC machine.
Chalk and cheese. Totally different operations, different data, different physics even.
Right. Applying one single software approach, it's tough.
The analogy one source used was trying to do brain surgery with a Swiss Army knife.
That's a good one, yeah. The knife is useful for lots of things.
Sure, opening boxes, whatever.
But not for something needing that level of precision and specific tooling.
So the universal platform, it just lacks that tailored, deep functionality you need for specific industrial jobs.
It becomes too general. And for you, the listener, the takeaway is that these broad solutions might look attractive.
Simpler, maybe.
Yeah, but they often don't have the depth to really solve your specific industrial problem effectively. Which points to another big issue, right? Focusing too much on the tech itself.
Oh, definitely. The trap of technology-focused development.
Instead of focusing on the problem you're trying to solve.
With Predix, it seems like there was a huge amount of focus on building this sophisticated, cutting-edge platform.
Which it was, technically.
Absolutely. But maybe less focus on, okay, how does this specifically deliver measurable value to, say, a factory manager or a power plant operator?
It's like buying a Ferrari to deliver pizzas.
Ah, yeah, great analogy.
You've got this amazing machine, incredible engineering.
But is it the right tool for the job? Is it cost-effective? Practical?
Probably not. And the sources suggest that for IoT to really work, you need that value-first approach.
Start with the problem. What improves efficiency? What cuts downtime? What boosts quality?
And then find or build the tech, not the other way around.
That's a key thing for you to consider.
Yeah.
Always ask about the ROI, the concrete benefits. Don't just get dazzled by the tech specs.
And even if the tech is amazing and the value is clear, there's another huge hurdle.
Integration. Oh boy.
Getting these new platforms to talk to the old stuff.
Yeah, because factories and plants, they often have equipment that's been running for decades.
Reliable, maybe, but not exactly built for cloud connectivity.
Right. It's like trying to connect your brand new smartphone to an old dial-up modem. The languages are just different.
Trying to plug modern code into a, 50-year-old turbine.
It's that square peg, round hole problem. The protocols, the data formats, the legacy systems.
Yeah.
They just didn't mesh easily with Predix.
Which must have made adoption really hard.
Absolutely. And think about the users. The people on the plant floor, the maintenance crews.
They're experts in turbines or chemical processes.
Not necessarily in complex software configuration. You shouldn't need a PhD in comp sci to use the tool.
It needs to be intuitive, fit into their workflow.
If it's too complex, requires too much specialized IT knowledge just to operate.
It won't get used. Or not effectively, anyway.
Its practical value just plummets.
Which brings us to data. Lots and lots of data.
The data spewing oracle idea.
Yeah, the initial thought was connect the machine, get the data, magic happens.
But raw data. It's often just noise without context.
Like a toddler with a crayon.
Exactly. Lots of output, but what does it mean?
You get these streams of numbers, sensor readings.
But without understanding the machine's history, its specific operating conditions, maintenance logs, it's hard to turn that data into insight.
It's the difference between hearing random musical notes
and hearing the whole symphony. understanding how it all fits together.
So just having dashboards full of data isn't enough.
Not at all. The real goal, and the sources stress this, is actionable insight.
Information that tells you, okay, this specific bearing is likely to fail soon, or running the process this way saves X amount of energy.
That's the value, turning data into decisions that improve things.
Okay, so given all these challenges, the universal platform limits, the tech focus, integration pain, data overload, what's the path forward, the sources suggested some fixes, right?
Yes, definitely. Key lessons learned, really. Things that can make IIoT more effective if you're implementing it.
Let's list them out. First up,
Domain-specific solutions. Forget the one ring to rule them all approach.
focus on the specific needs of, say, aerospace manufacturing or chemical processing or power generation.
Tailor the solution to that industry's unique challenges.
Makes sense. Second,
The value-first approach we talked about. Start with the problem, then build or buy the tech.
not tech looking for a problem. Got it. Third,
Seamless integration. This is crucial.
making sure the new stuff plays nicely with the old stuff.
Exactly. Compatibility with existing systems, workflows, minimizing disruption, making it easy to adopt.
Okay. Fourth point,
Contextual data analysis. Moving beyond raw data
building systems that understand the context, the machine, the environment, the history.
and turning that data into real actionable insights,
Yeah.
not just pretty graphs.
Right. Actionable intelligence. And finally,
User-friendly interfaces. This is huge.
make it usable for the actual people doing the work on the ground.
The operators,
Yeah.
the technicians. It needs to be intuitive, easy to learn, easy to use within their daily tasks.
No PhD are required.
Precisely. If it's too complex, it just won't stick.
So these 5 points together, domain focus, value first, integration, contextual insights, and usability.
They represent a much more pragmatic way forward for IIoT. It's not magic,
It's a tool, a powerful one.
but it needs the right approach. Strategic, focused, user-centric.
So wrapping up our look at GE Predix, it really wasn't about the tech being bad, was it?
Not fundamentally. It was more about the strategy, the approach.
The ambition of that universal platform, maybe putting tech ahead of specific value, the integration nightmare.
And the gap between just collecting data and actually using it intelligently.
That's why the initial massive hype didn't quite match the immediate reality.
Exactly. The vision of this totally connected, smart industrial world is still powerful,
Sure.
but getting there requires learning these lessons, being practical.
Okay, good summary. Now looking ahead, we've got more planned here on the deep dive.
We do. We're going to be exploring something that could potentially address many of these IoT challenges we've discussed. And that is
Artificial intelligence. Specifically, how AI can be applied to solve these complex industrial problems.
okay. So using AI to maybe provide that context for the data.
Exactly. And maybe help with integration, help create more value.
Interesting. So definitely stay tuned for that exploration.
And maybe, as a final thought for you listening,
Yeah.
think about your own industry or industries you know. Where do you see specific problems where a really focused AI-powered IIoT solution, not a giant universal one, but a targeted one, could make a massive difference?
Where could it unlock real, tangible results?
It's about finding those sweet spots for strategic application. Food for thought.